YouTube, what's going on? So, in today's video, hopefully by the time I upload this, it doesn't happen yet, but I'm gonna make a prediction. Well, I'm not psychic or nothing like that, but I'm just reading the charts. I'm gonna let you guys know where I see Mr. NVDA going. Where is he gonna top out most likely? And I'm about to show it to you guys right now on where I believe NVIDIA is trying to get to, right? Or at least where I believe it's going to have a pullback. As you can clearly see, NVIDIA has been on a massive, just unstoppable train. Does this thing just start going? I added to my portfolio right down here 115, and that was like literally what, 4 days ago? And look where it's at right now. My God, I wish I bought a call option. I really wish I bought a call option. But I added to my long term right here. And I made a video on why. I'm going to go over it real fast again on why I added to my long term right here. Right here was where I added to my long term. Because at this particular candle right here, there was a fair value gap. And it was the last one. There was no more down. I didn't see any more down. And I said, I'm going to add to my long term right here because I don't see any more fair value gaps to the downside. But obviously, it could go lower. But I'm like, I'm going to add to my long term right here. So I added to my long term right here. And now look where NVIDIA is right now. Man, I really wish I bought a call option. But hey, look, hindsight is 2020, right? So where is NVIDIA going? It's already at the top at the 4 hour. So currently, it's technically at the top of where it's supposed to retrace. Like currently, right now, it filled this gap right here in the 4 hour time frame, and whenever it does that, it will retrace. It will retrace back down. Okay, at least down to 125, at least, right? But the one that I'm waiting for, and hopefully there's enough power in it for it to do it, is this one. This is the one that I'm waiting on. It is so close to it, right here. This fair value gap right here. If we can make it up to there, oh man, I'm about to put 100,000%. This one right here, I needed to come above 132.50. Let's call it 132.41. I wanted to come up there. I really do. I really hope by the end of the day that we do. Because if we do, and we don't have like a push in the morning or something like that, if we could get close to it, even if we get even like 131 something, if we get up to like right here where I'm pointing today, I am buying a put on an NVIDIA. Absolutely. So for those who don't know, to sum it up, a fair value gap is on the downside was basically where bankers were selling before, and it was a bankers, this candle right here, bankers did this, right? They dropped the market. They tried to come back up. They weren't able to fill this gap, and now it's called imbalance. So in this imbalance that you see, that's bearish, it will lead to a downwards continuation to the downside, right? So as you see, it tried a couple times to get up there, but it just kept getting rejected, kept getting rejected. Now, hopefully this time we can come up and fill the gap. And once the gap is cleared, I'm writing this thing down. That's me personally. I'm writing this thing down because it looks so good. It really does looks really good. You could come back down to anyone. You could come back down to 118. You already filled this gap, so I would say it could come back to 119. Somewhere down here, it could come back down here and bounce back up again. So maybe something like this. I'm gonna chart it out. Let's say we did this, came up to this, came down to this, go up right here, come down to test, and come down, something like that. But that's just me drawing out the charts and what I see potentially could happen. I can show you guys that, so this is what I see for NVIDIA. That's me personally, okay? Now let me show you another thing that I drew out so you guys can see, like when I draw these things out. Actually, hold on, let me go over to this chart. This is something that I drew out and it's happening right now, okay? I did not draw this out just now. This has actually been, I made a video about this literally like this day on the 4th, Friday the 4th. This is exactly what I drew out, okay? I said that SPY was gonna bounce down here. I believe that, yeah, this day. I said we're gonna do this. This is what my prediction was. It wasn't a guess. It wasn't a guess. It was just what the chart was telling me. I said it doesn't have to do it, but I'm just saying like it could do it, right? That's what the chart was telling me at the time. So I said we're gonna come down. Well, I didn't predict this one for the down. We were here. I said this fair value gap is gonna bounce us out because there was another bearish fair value gap right here. Let me see if I can draw it out for you guys. Right here. This is what I'm trying to catch in the video. Right here. See those two red lines I just drew? The gap fills, and when the gap is filled, it comes down to the continuation down. So with NVIDIA, that is what I'm trying to catch. That downward momentum. Now, when it comes down, I expected this gap to be filled, right? We could go even lower, but it just depends on what it wants to do. It could come down, bounce up, and continue down to the next gap because we have a one-day gap to the downside. We have a lot of support down here, guys. A lot. Down here at 550, we have a lot of support. So it's not the end of the world if it come down to 550. It really isn't. But this is what my prediction is currently for SPY. And I made that very clear. Even yesterday. These are paper trades that I took. I don't know why I sold. It was paper trade. I was supposed to follow my plan, but it was paper trading anyways. So I did some paper trade on it. I caught this one right here. This pull down right here. I caught it. I caught this one. I think I was trying to buy it on the way up, and then but I still know it's gonna come down. But so that's how powerful it is. Like this was here before. It's currently right now to show you guys what I see in charts for NVIDIA. Let me see if I can see things for. Let me see for Tesla. I know this chart is about NVIDIA, but let me just look and see. You see how we come down here and we came down and see this when it's double. This is basically one of the reasons why we bounce here too. Is this double fair value gap right here. This extra green one. This is a really good zones to buy. These ones, very good buy zones. Tesla is got rejected from this fair value gap right here. This one. This is why Tesla went up and came back down. But it's gonna go. It touched this fair value gap. It's still gonna come back up to try and close this one at some point. So this fair value gap and this one is going to be closed at some point. So I do see Tesla going to 260. We're right back into where we bought. People are going to be panicking, thinking that Tesla's crashing. It's not crashing. It's going right back into this fair value gap and should continue up. So with NVIDIA, as I said, I'm waiting for it to come up to here, and then I'm going to short it. Absolutely. So that's what I see. Can't tell you guys what to do, but that's what I see in the chart. So I'm willing to risk 1% on my account and willing to lose it all by like a two week contract, something like that, something small, not too much, and I have to put a lot into it, $80, whatever, and just catch the move back down. And that's what I see. But hey, I'll see you guys in my next one later.